Welcome once again to Random Chess Person, where I am working on puzzles, trying to get my tactics up to date. Here, I don't have a good check. It looks like black fairly easily defends against that. This does really nothing except put my queen in danger. One thought I had was here, which attacks the rook. But I don't know what that does other than it moves this pawn. And from there, if the king does not take, my knight can come back out with check. If the king does take, then I'm kind of stuck because the king would be here blocking my pawn. So I don't think that's it. This doesn't do anything except trap that and then open the rook toward my queen. Suppose I could, again, I mean, it pulls this up, which removes one defender from this pawn. But he could also just take with one of these pawns. So I don't see what that accomplishes. This pawn is mildly under threat. I suppose I could put my queen here, which would guard both of these pawns. But again, doesn't accomplish much. Also, the black has multiple pieces coming at this pawn, so guarding it with my queen wouldn't help. I honestly don't know what to do in this puzzle. But sometimes you just have to lose one and then figure out what the answer was. Okay. And now I have to figure out the next move. Is it just taking the queen? Oh, I can take the queen with the rook. Okay. Then I don't know that my opponent would have played that, seeing this. Oh, maybe they had to, defending against mate. Okay. All right, I think I understand it now. And that's one of the points of these. If I don't understand a puzzle, then I can learn from it. I think this is a simple back rank checkmate, but first I have to stop here. Before going all the way, I have to stop here to move the king over so that when I go here, I can take the knight with the rest of my battery. Okay. Let's see. I have checkmate right there. That seems fairly obvious. I don't see any other pieces guarding that, and I'm currently not in check, so... Okay. Some are definitely easier for me than others. Okay, I see that my queen is under threat from that last move. My king is fairly well protected. This pawn is hanging. I cannot give any checks. Let's see, both of those are just giveaways. That's a giveaway. I don't want to just blunder my queen. I could take the bishop and get a queen out of it while opening the file for my rook. That looks a little promising. Okay, that was it. Okay, so I gained material, a queen and a bishop for my queen. And here, this last move obviously threatens my knight, but it opens check. Do I have any other? And then when this moves to block my check, then I have a follow-up check here. And the rook would be pinned, so the king would have to move, and then I would take the rook. That seems very complicated, but that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Again, some seem fairly easy while others seem impossible, but that's the point of doing these, is so that I can get better at it, I think. Here, if I do my normal check this way, the knight takes it. But if I go one further, what happens if I go here and say check? That leaves the king two possible escape squares, one of which would end up with mate. I don't know. What if he goes back here? Then I'm not sure what my follow-up move is. Would it be one more and check? Both of these pieces are guarded. The queen is over here doing nothing. Let's see. No. Okay, I was wrong. There was something else that I'm missing about this position. And that thing is all the way down. Okay. That prevents the king from going here. Now, because this is cut off and this is cut off, this should be checkmate. All right. Still going. Got about 3.5 minutes left. Here. I do have checkmate in one. That seems pretty obvious. No white pieces are guarding this square. And that would obviously cut off the king's only escape square. So, yeah, okay. Again, fairly easy, then others fairly hard. This one looks like the very common back rank checkmate, starting with the intermediate check to move the king, then this, then this. All right, we broke 1100. Hopefully we can keep it up above 1100. I am playing with the white pieces. If I move this pawn toward promotion, the rook is guarding that square. If I move my rook off of this rank, then the rook can just take the pawn. So that's probably not the move. Is it moving this pawn? Because I don't have any checks. Okay. They're looking for promotion here. I can take for check, which would force the king to go there and then push. Or should I wait until it promotes to take it? I think that might be better. And now the rook cannot stop both pawns from promoting. Okay. A minute and a half before I reach 10-minute mark. I'm playing with the white pieces again. I look for checks first. That's a check, but very carefully, closely defended. I like that these two are guarding this spot, but I'm not sure what to do about that. My knight is hanging. It can't do much besides take this pawn. I could go there for safekeeping, but then I don't know what the follow-up move would be. There might be an intermediate move that opens a path. Like if I move this rook, I could hit that pawn, but it's guarded, so that's not it. I can't move this rook because of the pin. I'm almost wondering if I should challenge the queen somehow. But anywhere I move to challenge the queen, it can just take my knight. So yeah, I don't like this at all. Also, this is coming dangerously close to being a problem. This is another one of those where I really do not know what it's asking of me. Again, I can protect the knight by moving it there, but I don't know what the follow-up move would be. I'm guessing that their follow-up move would be either this pawn or the rook. But sometimes I just have to miss it and figure out what the answer they're looking for is here. It is the queen, and it is not a check. It is just to protect the knight. Oh, wow, and that's the entire answer, just to protect the knight. That's very unusual in these puzzles. I'm going to leave it there. I didn't get as high as I'd hoped, but I did solve a few, more than I lost. So thank you for watching. If you have some advice or questions, feel free to leave a comment.